The Brisbane lockdowns are ending tonight. Hello everyone, let's have a look at this latest news. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here. Grab your stein of coffee on this rainy Brisbane day. It looks like it will be the end of our lockdowns. And well, hopefully we'll have to see what they have to report about, well, what restrictions are going to remain in place. Now, what I've done, I'm deciding to stream this live on Twitch as I record it for my channel, just as some breaking news. So hello to anyone who just happens to jump in, and I'll write here, hello. Now, for those of you that are just watching this on YouTube, you can also watch our content on Twitch. We have 2 shows we run a week, Freedom Friday on a Friday, and the HeiseSays show, which is Rachel and I discussing this morning. Hello, Snorlax. How are you going? Welcome joining in on the stream. And let's have a look at this. I'll bring up this video here, and we'll look at the press conference from our Premier.
All right. Good morning, Queensland. I'm sorry we're a bit late today.
I'll just put that audio down. And again, once again, everyone's favourite sign language professional is looking sharp as always.
But we had to have a couple of meetings and get some further information because I want to give as much information to the public as possible. So we have 8 cases today. 3 are in overseas quarantine and 5 are locally acquired. I'll go through those in a moment. So we have 47 active cases. Yesterday we had 25,145 tests, which is fabulous. So thank you very much, Queensland, for doing the right thing there. And that's one of the keys to all of this, is making sure we have those really high test numbers. And yesterday we had 14,968 vaccines. So that's...
My sister-in-law had to get tested because she works at the international airport. Unfortunately, nothing happened. It's all good. So let's keep going. I think if she had to wait one more day, she would have gotten another day off. I feel sorry for her in a way, but happy that, of course, she was completely safe. And all of us too.
Excellent. Now, I just want to go through these locally acquired cases, and then Dr. Young will go into a bit more detail. So the first one we don't have much concern about. So a known contact from the Portuguese restaurant cluster and detected in hotel quarantine. So that's good news. The second one was the one that was reported late yesterday, the man in his 50s who lives at Aruna and worked at the Sunshine Coast University. We are confident now that it is likely to be linked to the Portuguese restaurant outbreak. So that's the alpha strain. So we don't have too many concerns there, and his close contacts there have been tested and come back negative. Now, the next one, I really need the people on the Sunshine Coast, the Noosa area, to listen to this. So we have a 29-year-old Brisbane man, and he has travelled to Yamundi, and he is related to the woman we talked about yesterday, and who's linked to that Carindale Greek Community Centre. Now, this man has been, early advice is he's been to Yamundi, Sunshine Beach, Kenilworth and Doonan. So if you are in any of those areas, we really need you, if you have any symptoms whatsoever, to get tested. We also understand that he and his partner also went to a restaurant at Sunshine Beach. So we are trying to get that information, so that will be updated through the media later on. So we have some slight concerns there about those areas, but I know that people around that area will be thinking very carefully about whether they live in those areas or work in those areas. And if you have any symptoms whatsoever, please come forward and get tested. Okay, so the next person is a woman in her 50s from Everton Park. Dr. Young will go into a bit more detail, but my understanding is she works at the Prince Charles Hospital. She only worked 1 shift, not in a COVID ward, and had her first dose of vaccination. So Dr. Young will talk about that. And then we've also just had in that we have a man in his 50s, a baggage handler who works in Brisbane Domestic Airport, lives at Carindale, and is not a known contact. So in relation to these last three issues I mentioned, we are very closely monitoring those. We are doing a lot of work with the contacts, but we believe that our contact tracers can get on top of those issues very carefully. So now, for our Brisbane and Moreton Bay regions, and can I thank everyone for doing that extra day that we asked people to do? That gave our contact tracers that extra time that was desperately needed. So the lockdown will end at 6 p.m. tonight, but we are not out of the woods yet. So I want to talk about a few things that I really need Queenslanders to do, especially in...
Well, we'll raise a stein to that, everyone. Lockdown is coming to an end at 6 p.m. tonight. I mean, has it impacted you at all? Has it made a difference? Has it affected... Well, it'll be the people that have lost work. They're the ones that are really going to cop it. You know, they're the ones that are suffering the most, unfortunately.
The southeast and, of course, Townsville. Now, we're all in this together, and we've got to have our trust in one another, and we've got to act as a community together. And there are three key things that are really important. The first one is, if you are sick, get tested. And I really need people, if anyone is feeling sick, any symptoms whatsoever, please come forward and get tested. The second thing that's really important is to wear your mask. These masks are mandatory. Now, there could be some other community cases out there, so we really need people to wear their masks. So the masks, and secondly, your phone. If you're going out, you must check in. I'm asking...
Oh, boy. I mean, it's just frustrating every time you have to go somewhere doing this stuff.
Businesses, please do not allow people into your businesses unless they have checked in. If it means putting a staff member in to make sure people have checked in, this is vital for our contact tracers, especially over this period until the 16th of July, when the mask mandate will end. Now, I'm also asking...
We find it's frustrating going out when you've got to wear a mask everywhere. And there's a certain place, you know, I'll avoid going out. I'll just avoid going out. It's great for saving money. You know, just wait till they start mandating these requirements for house deposit savings. That's what it'll be. It'll be to increase house deposit savings.
People in this area for another key response, and that is our vulnerable group, our people aged over 70. Look, over the next 13 days, please, if you are unvaccinated, please limit your going out. You know.
There you go. So the unvaccinated, please limit your going out right there. What type of message is that sending you? Come on. But if you're vaccinated, go run wild.
You know, close family is fine, but please limit and think about, you know, whether or not you need to go to a shopping centre, whether friends or family can drop some food over to you, because we do know there is virus out there. So we need everyone to...
Do they want people to live in constant fear? This must be why there's some people that are just terrified hearing this stuff all the time. This is really depressing. Think about it. There'll be people here lapping this stuff up, sitting at home terrified.
Pull together and act cooperatively and put our trust in one another and really think about the most vulnerable people in our community, because I think it's around over 70% have already been either vaccinated or have their first dose, but some of them haven't had their second dose. So look, it is just really important over these next days to really think about, if you're in the vulnerable category, do you need to go out and about in your community? And please limit that. So where you can stay home, please stay home, but if you're going out, make sure you wear your mask. So that's good news today for people in the Brisbane City Council and Moreton Bay. But as I said, we are seeing some cases popping up. We've had people in lockdown for a period of time, but now we really need to make sure, until the population, you know, until we have people are vaccinated, we really need to make sure that people are doing the right thing with their masks and the check-in app. So I'll hand over to Dr. Young, but thank you, Queenslanders, for doing the right thing. I'm so proud of you, and please, over the next days, we'll be monitoring it very closely over the next 13 days, but But please, I know we can do this together, and I know Queenslanders will wear their mask. I know that they'll do the right thing. Thank you.
So there we have it, everyone. The message from our Premier. Good news. Keep wearing your masks. Stay at home if you're unvaccinated and you're at risk. But at least the lockdowns are coming to an end. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Notice how all these people who've got this illness, and it's always the close contacts and family members that are always coming up negative. At least that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. But there's still just this fear emanating there from our politicians. How do you think the public will respond, everyone? Now, the solution. If you're frustrated with this, I suggest there's one thing that we need to start looking towards and people need to consider. And that is, becoming politically active at a state, local and federal level. At least stepping up and having your say, partaking, voting, using your preferences and helping to shift the Overton window. What do you reckon? As always, thank you all for watching me. Thank you for joining me on this live update. And if you're a fan of the channel and want to support us, there are a few ways you can. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Watch us on Twitch. Subscribe. Use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, AussieBroadband. Buy a merch from HeiseSays. Use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint or support us via PayPal. And for those of you watching on YouTube and don't know what Twitch is, you can find the link in the channel header. Take care, everyone. Have a great day and, enjoy going out tonight. See ya.